The season is off to a rocky start, and fans are already asking the tough questions. The offense has stalled, the stats are alarming, and despite one miracle win, it's clear something has to change. With one unit playing at an elite level and another dragging behind, the pressure is mounting. The future might be closer than we think, and a major shakeup could be just around the corner. But before I tell you, click the like button and tell me, if you were the coach, what would you change about this team? I want to know in the comments. Deion Sanders has made it clear he sees it happening this season. Shedeur Sanders starting at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. That's not some wild fan theory or a pipe dream. This is coming directly from Coach Prime himself, echoed through ESPN's Adam Schefter, with the conviction of a father who knows what's brewing behind the scenes. Deion said, "You got to be ready when it's time. But when it's time, you're going to know. And it's coming up. It's going to go down this year." That's not a vague hint. That's a prediction. And if you've been watching this Browns offense, you can understand exactly why. Through 3 weeks, this offense hasn't just been bad, it's been historically sluggish. Let's talk numbers, because they don't lie. Against the Green Bay Packers, the Browns offense managed 10 total drives. What did they produce? Not much more than frustration. A few measly yards here and there, a Joe Flacco interception, and a single touchdown that was practically gift-wrapped after a Grant Delpit interception returned to the 4-yard line. It was a miracle win, driven by the defense, not the offense. The Packers had a 95% win probability with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter before Delpit flipped the script. Still, the offense barely budged the needle. What's even more alarming? Cleveland is calling more passing plays than any other team in the league. They rank first in pass play percentage. Yet, they sit dead last in yards per pass, averaging just 5 yards a throw. They're also second in the NFL in interceptions and 24th in completion percentage. So not only are they throwing constantly, they're doing it poorly. Joe Flacco has thrown all 4 of those interceptions, and it's become painfully obvious that despite his experience, he's not the answer, not long-term, and not even short-term. After week 1, this offense has gone nowhere. Let's not ignore the ground game either, which has also struggled. The Browns rank 29th in rushing yards per game and 30th in points per game overall. Now, there's hope that Quinshon Judkins can change the narrative in the run game as he settles in, and his performance in recent weeks does offer a glimmer of optimism. But it's the quarterback play that's dragging everything down. And if Flacco's slide continues, Dillon Gabriel is next in line. He's already seen snaps, granted, in garbage time against the Ravens, but the Browns are clearly comfortable putting him on the field. And that brings us to the man waiting just behind him, Shedeur Sanders. The belief is that it's only a matter of time before Shedeur gets his shot. Whether it's due to more injuries, ineffective play from Flacco, or a lackluster showing by Gabriel, the door could soon swing wide open. And if you look at the schedule, the next few weeks are critical. The Browns face tough defenses in Detroit, Minnesota, in London, and Pittsburgh. All 3 teams bring serious defensive challenges. That's why Flacco is expected to start at least the next few games. But then comes the stretch, Miami, New England, and a Week 9 bye. That might be the perfect window for a change. It's where the coaching staff will evaluate everything. If Flacco hasn't found a spark, and if Gabriel doesn't blow anyone away, it's entirely possible Shedeur could be called upon post-bye. But this situation goes deeper than just a possible midseason debut. Shedeur Sanders made headlines even before joining the Browns. On draft night, both the Baltimore Ravens and Philadelphia Eagles reached out, but he turned them down. He didn't want to back up Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. He didn't want to sit behind Jalen Hurts in Philly. He chose Cleveland because he saw opportunity. Because he believes he can be a franchise quarterback. That's the mindset he's bringing. "If you're not trying to change the franchise, then don't come get me," he said in a press conference. That's not arrogance, that's confidence. That's the mentality you want in your QB1. Critics have called him ungrateful for rejecting those offers. But think about it. He's betting on himself. He wants a real chance, not a clipboard roll behind an entrenched superstar. The Browns, more than almost any other team, need a quarterback for the future. Joe Flacco is 40 years old. No one expects him to be the long-term answer. Shedeur knew that. Andrew Berry knew that too, which is why the Browns took 2 quarterbacks in the draft. That tells you everything you need to know about the state of this position. Shedeur isn't just sitting around either. He's treating scout team reps like game days. That speaks volumes. He's hungry. He's preparing like his number is going to be called, and if Deion is right, it is. Now, no one can say for certain if Shedeur Sanders will succeed in the NFL. But the kid showed flashes in preseason. He's got the tools, the leadership, and the drive. And most of all, he wants to be in Cleveland. That counts for something. So what do you think? Is Deion Sanders on the money with his prediction? Do you believe we'll see Shedeur Sanders take over the reins in Cleveland this season? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if we're being honest, the writing is on the wall. This isn't just about a proud father hyping up his son. Deion Sanders knows football. He knows what readiness looks like. And if he's saying Shedeur's time is coming this season, it's probably because he's seen the state of this offense and understands exactly what kind of opportunity his son is stepping into. That's what makes this prediction so believable. Not just because of Deion's confidence, but because of everything we've seen from the Cleveland Browns offense through 3 games. The Browns aren't going to let a top-tier defense, currently ranked number 1 in total defense, go to waste. This team is built to win now, and the quarterback situation is the only thing holding them back. The AFC North is still wide open. Despite the slow start, Cleveland is tied with Baltimore at 1-2, and both Pittsburgh and Cincinnati have serious issues of their own. Joe Burrow's injury is a ticking time bomb for the Bengals. Pittsburgh's offense hasn't looked convincing either. If there was ever a year for Cleveland to make a mid-season surge, it's this one. But that won't happen if they continue to ride with a stagnant offense led by Flacco, especially when there's visible frustration growing around the inability to stretch the field or finish drives. Now let's talk about what sets Shedeur apart. We already know he's got arm talent. But it's the mental side of the game that might be his biggest advantage. His composure, preparation, and mindset have impressed coaches behind the scenes. He's not your typical rookie. Remember, this is a guy who played under the spotlight at Colorado, handled enormous expectations, and still produced. He's used to pressure. And with his father being who he is, you better believe he's been mentally groomed for this kind of stage. One other thing that fans should appreciate, Shedeur wants to be here. He wasn't drafted by accident. He chose Cleveland. That's rare. Most late-round quarterbacks are just happy to land anywhere. Shedeur took control of his situation and made a strategic decision based on opportunity. That says a lot about his football IQ and confidence in his own abilities. If he's given a real shot later in the season, he's not going to treat it like a developmental trial. He's going to try to take the job and keep it. And when we look ahead at the schedule again, the Dolphins, the Patriots, then the bye, it's the perfect storm. A home game against Miami, a road test against the struggling Patriots team, then a chance to regroup and possibly make a quarterback switch if necessary. That's the window. That's where it could all change. But let's be clear, this isn't just about whether Shedeur is better than Flacco or GABRIEL right now. It's about investing in the future while the present still has promise. If the Browns are serious about competing in this division, they can't afford to keep running in place offensively. At some point, you have to take the risk, especially when the ceiling is potentially so much higher with a quarterback who believes he can lead a franchise and actually wants that pressure. So Browns fans, we've heard Deion's prediction. We've seen the numbers. We've felt the frustration. Do you believe Shedeur Sanders should be the guy to get that shot later this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's hear it. Are you ready for number 12 to take over in Cleveland? And if you want more exclusive Browns content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and tap the next video on your screen right now. All the biggest updates, first right here. Go Browns!